Hey YouTube, XtremeTrainz here, and in front of me you can see we're up to the next Thomas Wood engine that I'm reviewing, which is Diesel. I've actually had a few requests for Diesel, which kind of surprised me because I initially thought he was one of the less interesting characters, and I kind of bought him just because, you know, he is a main character, although I just don't think he's super interesting, if that makes sense. But anyway, as you can see, you've got there just a reminder of the full retail price of these figures from Maya in Australia. Slightly, I think, slightly more expensive. He was one of the more expensive ones. I think Thomas was like $12.95, and for some reason Diesel was $13.95, so that was really weird to me. But anyway, what are we waiting for? Let's do it. Alright, so as you can see, here is the bio for Diesel as well as the stock art. Take a quick read of that one. I think again, this kind of leads the wrong way. Like, I think the troublemaker, sometimes we all need a bit of mischief. Yep, Diesel's heart's in the right place. I mean, in the new series he is. Classic series he was just evil, but now I think you can say that's probably true. I just think it's weird, you know, even when he's a little too playful. Like, sometimes, but other times he's just being nasty and mean, so I don't think it's playing. Like, to me, that it just seems like they've written these really weirdly, like they can't quite decide what they want to do. Like, surely you could have said, every group of friends has one, even when, you know, meet the troublemaker, every group of friends has one, but even when he's a little bit mean, Diesel's heart is in the right place, and that would have made more sense, but a little bit too playful. Just doesn't sound right, and I don't understand why they're doing this with these bios. As you can see, some of them are being pretty good, but other ones have been super weird. I want your opinion on these bios. Some people have thought they're less weird than I think them, but maybe that's just me. I don't know. Anyway, that's enough talking about boring stuff. Let's crack them open. Alright, so I'm just going to do the in-hand appraisal of the engine first. If anyone's been watching the Thomas Creative Collective series on YouTube with Thomas Wood, can we just take a minute to appreciate that Flynn's face is crooked? Like, whoever's model they're using of Flynn has, like, a crooked face, which is awkward to me because, like, lol, this is meant to be showcasing the best of Thomas merchandise, and, it's a factory error engine, so I don't know if that's an in-joke or something or what, but I think it's quite amusing. Alright, so as you can see, classic on the bottom, Diesel, whatever these numbers mean, 6 rolly wheels. Some people have made comments, Edward Branchline Productions, aka Charlotte White, good friend of mine on YouTube, about the coating on these. I haven't noticed it on any of them up until Diesel. It feels like he's a bit sticky. Like, the other engines don't feel like they're very, like, matte, whereas he certainly feels a bit sticky to touch, which I think is weird. But otherwise, you can see, let's take a look at that face. Yeah, look, it's a classic, you know, CGI smiling Diesel face. I think it's good. It's good for a smiling Diesel face, but I think, you know, as a lot of people would agree, for example, as Bachman has done this year, I believe, is actually we will want the angry face Diesel because he's like an angry character, but that's fine. If they're going to give us a happy face, this is a good happy face to give us. Buffer details. Again, you can see they've got all the details here. Very simple detailing. It's literally just black. There's no other colors on him. It's just black and the wood. You know, nothing on the back. I actually think this detailing looks quite nice because of the way that the wood shows through. Kind of gives you a lot of those details, which otherwise you would lose if they weren't actually cut out. So I actually think he looks all right. I think the problem is that this view is not very good. And the reason is pretty simple. It's because he should be black. Like, you should look at him on the front and be like, oh yes, he's black. The other engines, you know, I mean, Thomas is the one who I've had to warm to, but at least around his face is black because it's got the plastic smoke box. All the other engines with steam engines have that. I think even Diesel 10 was less problematic because A, his face takes up a lot of the space, but B, he does have a little bit of printing up here at least. So there's something going on up the top there. It's not totally empty, and usually the claw is there anyway, so it's not too bad. But I mean, for this guy, it's like literally, like, look at that. Like, look, it's just literally right there. And it's all very like, unpainted. So I think, and look, he just has a huge forehead, you know? So I think that's a bit unfortunate, and it definitely takes away from the model. I think what's interesting is this part here, the way they've curved this. I don't know why they've done that, because, like, the real Diesel is squared. It's not like curved. So I don't know, maybe it's cheaper to make a curved edge than a straight edge, which makes not a lot of sense to me, but okay, especially because it's straight here. Like, they could have just cut all the way down and just made it straight. So I'm not sure why that's curved, but I don't think it looks bad. I don't think it looks good either. It's just weird. It's just different. But yeah, otherwise, this is the classic kind of standard as they come you know, this size engine. If we do a comparison next to Thomas, you can see, as with all these, now are all the same size, which is fine. Diesel and Thomas should probably be the same size. They're pretty similar in the show, so I think that's totally fine. And again, I actually think they look quite good together. Like, they look like they're part of the same series. They look like they're going to play together quite well. I think Diesel was actually alright. So yeah, that's my review of this Diesel model. In short, I think its detailing looks good, but I just think that, again, the front-on profile is ruined by the lack of paint. Even if they just got like a black outline, like a black line around there to, like, because you know how he has that rail around his face? If they just printed that, like, going, or even just at the top, I think that would have looked a lot better. But unfortunately, this part really doesn't look very good. But if you turn him from any of these angles, I think he looks much better. You know, from the side, particularly from the top, I actually think he looks like quite a decent Thomas Wood model. So, that's my thoughts. Since you're also keen to see Diesel, I'd love to know what you guys think about it. Make sure to leave your comments below, as well as do all that other cool stuff you do on YouTube, like and subscribe and comment, blah, 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 all that good stuff. Alright, that's all I've got time for. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you are enjoying these reviews. As always, if you've got comments about the reviews, if there's things you particularly want to see, maybe particular engines you want to see together or whatever, please let me know and I will endeavour to try and fit them into a future video. I know a couple of people have been like, oh, when are the story videos coming? We want to see more wind-ups and blah, blah, blah. Those videos take a lot of time to produce. Like, when I'm saying a lot of time, I'm saying like days and days and days of me sitting in front of my computer or sitting behind a camera and taking photos and taking videos and editing and voice recording and composing and everything. So that's why they don't happen very often, because I'm a very busy person. I work 2 jobs and also have to go to college or university and try and live a life somewhere in there as well. So that's why reviews are the videos I do the most of, because they're very easy to make versus the other videos. But I am thinking about them. I'm always thinking of new stories, and there definitely will be some new videos when they come. Lastly, quickly, I have some exciting Thomas Wood stuff it's meant to be coming to me as we speak, but that'll come up in another video, so stay tuned for that, because that's got a cool story behind it. Alright, that was a bit of rambly stuff on the back end of this video. Didn't mean to do that. That's all I've got time for. This is XtremeTrainz.